Hey everyone, Tyson the Subaru specialist from Subaru Prince George here. I know, a little bit of a different look here. I'm inside the dealership, and that is because we have our 2024 Subaru BRZ TS, the first 2024 BRZ that we've received in the showroom. So this is a performance-based or a more performance-based BRZ in the crystal black silica, sharp looking car. I know the lighting in here isn't fantastic for videos, but I'm unable to pull it out just for a video for you guys at this point. So figured I'd go over it inside. We've got some nice 18-inch black painted wheels. We've got Brembos on this. They're really orange in my opinion. I like them. Kind of a bronzy orange. You get the Brembos, even little baby Brembos at the back. You've got your bleeder cap right there. This is the only coupe two-door vehicle that Subaru currently makes. And I absolutely love the look of it. Front end of it screams Porsche to me. I don't know what you guys think. Put in the comments what you think it looks like, or if it looks like anything out there at all. Up front, your bigger Brembos. I've had the pleasure of driving the standard BRZ on a track, and I found the brakes to be more than adequate. I can't imagine the stopping power with this. So TS, performance-oriented. TS is tuned by Subaru Technica International, Subaru's performance division. So we have some aesthetics here as well. We've got that cherry red BRZ emblem in the headlight, and these headlights are very aggressively styled, very, very bright LEDs. I quite like them. Front end, functional vent, get BRZ TS badge, and big front end. Like I said, rear wheel drive. You do have a Torsen limited slip differential in this. Helps you keep traction. But yeah, phenomenal looking car. We do have some functional vents there. Can see right through to the tire. Helps with airflow. Just the lines on this car, phenomenal. So definitely a fun car. We do have a couple people who drive them year round here. I think those people are a little bit crazy, but you can have some fun in the winter with this. Another TS badge at the back here. Now to access the trunk, as long as you have the key on you, you press the button, it pops. Backup camera right there. And you actually have a sizable trunk for what you would expect out of a car this size. Underneath the false floor, you've got your fix-a-flat kit, you've got your jack, you've got all your jack tools, your tire changing tool should you need that. Now, this seat ahead of us does fold flat, and you can actually fit 4 track tires in there, maybe even a jack. So if you have to take a set of track tires with you to the track, that is something that's entirely possible to do. Now, part of the being tuned by STI is you get upgraded STI suspension. So this is going to handle in the corners much better than a standard BRZ. It is a proximity key, so the key just needs to be on your person, and you can lock just by touching these lines, and you can unlock. You just wait another second, hand in, and pull. Now, something that you obviously didn't just see because the windows are down, but when you grab the handle, the window actually drops a little, so you can open the door. It's one of the great things about having frameless windows. I'm a huge fan of it. With the TS, you do get that exclusive ultra suede interior with the blue highlights. In the normal BRZs, it's red. I think the blue is outstanding. It looks phenomenal. Got the suede, soft touch, blue contrast, easy to grip handles, bottle holder. Both windows are auto, and of course, window lock along with power mirror adjustment. Now, this isn't actually blue. This is a sticker. This is a stainless steel piece, but looks good. Very aggressive bolstering. These seats are going to hold you in when you're taking those corners quick. Now, to access the second row, which with the seat all the way back is really non-existent. You can just pull that lever there. There is a place for child seats. You do have the latch system there. And to fold these seats down, you can see the red there, and you do have one on the other side, and you do have to lift it down in combination. So let's see. And it does, of course, depend how far back this front seat is leaning. And you can see right there. And you get a decent amount of storage in there. You can see you can fit 4 tires in there. Maybe the jack, like I said, if you need to change those tires up. But the 4 seats, it's really there kind of as an afterthought, most likely for insurance purposes, but you still do have 4 seats. Of course, the TS, you get 3 pedals. And don't worry, these blue pieces, despite matching the interior, do come off. You get the aluminum pedal covers with the rubber grippies. Even this one, still covered. It's got a clear plastic one on it, so it doesn't get beat up. Can also pop the trunk from here. And we do have scroll wheel for the brightness of the gauges. It is a manual adjustment seat. It is height adjustable. And it is a manual bar at the front. And it's all about weight savings in these cars. It's a super lightweight car, fun to throw around the track. They cut weight where they could. So let's get in. So I'm in the 2024 BRZ TS now, and it looks very, very similar to that of your standard BRZ. Got blue contrast stitching around this small, easy to turn wheel. You do get very responsive, quick turning out of this. Left-hand side, we have our Bluetooth, our audio controls, can make and take calls. Right-hand side, it's going to allow us to navigate through some menus, issue voice commands. We have the old school Toyota style cruise, because this vehicle is built in combination with Toyota headlights. And you can kind of see them on the seat there. They're pretty bright. I'll show you what they look like outside. We do get the STI start-stop button. And my foot is not on the clutch, so it's not actually going to start. I'm just going to turn to the on position. Blind spot detection on each side mirror, those little nubs. So they'll illuminate orange like it does when it starts up when someone's in your blind spot, or is going to be in your blind spot on the corresponding side. So because we're inside, I'm not going to gas my coworkers out with exhaust. So got to stare at a couple other lights. But left-hand side, we have a couple different gauges, battery, oil, G-force meter, what you're listening to, cruise, lane departure warning, PCB, RSD, blind spot detection, rear cross traffic alert. You can turn all this stuff off. Steering responsive headlights. If you don't want those on, you can turn them off. And so you may be a little shocked to see this tech in the BRZ with a manual, but we have eyesight cameras. Now, with these eyesight cameras, you're looking for pedestrians, cyclists, road lines, and other vehicles. They'll do things like automatic emergency braking, which actually saves you 10% on your basic insurance. So this is a new addition to all of the 2024 manual transmission Subarus. So it's going to be interesting to see how they work. I'm going to love testing this out when we get a chance to actually get one of these on the road in a stick. Still can't put it on the road legally just because of the date of the year, but very interested. Even with the stick, we're able to shift gears to maintain a set speed. It's very, very cool. I'm excited to see how that works. We do also get the STI gauge right there. So you can see the STI badge, right-hand side. We have our fuel gauge. We've got engine temp. And we'll see if it's going to let me turn it on. It's not going to let me activate the different modes. So towards the end, I am going to have to show you guys what track mode looks like and what traction control off looks like. So we'll take a look at that in a bit. Steering wheel adjustment, bottom left of the steering column. And it's tilt and telescopic. So you can adjust it fore and aft. Lock it back in. Subaru Toyota combo infotainment. Physical buttons on the side in addition to the tiles. So we get access to the My Subaru app after the vehicle is registered in our name. Wired Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. Radio, media, phone, fairly self-explanatory. When I put it in reverse, oh, it's not going to do it because I'm not actually in reverse. I have to show you that when it's on too, but you do get a backup camera in this. Physical buttons. Home's always going to take you home. From media, home. Physical volume and tuning knobs. Got temperature. It is dual zone climate control, so it ranges from 15 on the low side all the way up to 30, freezing to tropical. It is easy to sync back. You just press the sync button, goes back to driver controlled. Got our fan strength. It also indicates where the airflow is being directed. Change where the airflow is coming from. Front defrost, side mirror, and back window defrost. Mode changes airflow. You can recirc for AC. Close ratio, 6-speed manual transmission. Really nice to shift. They're a blast. And reverse on this. Up, over, forward. And it does actually show me right there. R for reverse. And It's not going to show me what gear I'm in going forward, but it will actually show you what gear you're in going forward. It just indicates automatically, even when the vehicle's not fully turned on, that you're in reverse. Nice synthetic shifter boot with the blue contrast stitching. Even the handbrake has the blue contrast stitching on it. It's nice, satisfying. One of the few vehicles where you actually still get an actual handbrake. We've got traction control, we have track mode, heated seats, high and low for both the driver and passenger. And then this is the one complaint I personally have about it, is the armrest is also my cup holders. I do have USBs in there, aux in there, but that is my personal gripe with this car, is the cup holders. Not that there's a whole bunch of other room to put cup holders, but it'd be nice if there was something better than that. Vents on the top, got square, and then we have these, the side ones are circular, which I'm a huge fan of. I really like these vents. I like how they look. I like how they're easy to close, how they're easy to manipulate. I really like that. Airflow is really good in this car. It is nice. I know that's something that you don't really expect out of a sporty car. And even the visibility, being a coupe, it's pretty good. I mean, shoulder checking over my left shoulder, I definitely don't have the same visibility as I do over my right, but I do also have blind spot detection to help me out with that. So let's turn it on now. So in order to turn on the stick shifts, foot on the clutch, clutch in. Doesn't matter if you're in gear or not. It says to press brake and clutch. I'm just doing a clutch, doesn't have to be brake. Comes to life. There you go. Now, reverse. And as soon as I put it in reverse, I don't even have to have my foot coming off the clutch. Shows you the top of the bumper there. You have something to relate to. It's really nice, easy to use. Those lines move, show you where you're going to end up if you keep your wheel turned that way. I was talking about traction control. So track off on the bottom right. And then for actual track mode, it's a press and hold. And it turns off traction control. Also changes your display there, your center display. Gives you different information, and it's press and hold on track. Yeah, it changes it. You've got your tach there. Still have your digital speedometer. That's just what it looks like when you're in track mode. Now, I do actually really like the exit animation for the BRZ. I think that's phenomenal. Now, I didn't talk about the power plant with you guys, so let's take a look. Hood release, bottom left. It is a very low car. If it's a daily driver for you, if you're a taller person, it may be a little bit of pain for you. But just like every Subaru, facing the Subaru, to the right of the Subaru logo, hand in, facing down, right to left. And there it is. 2.4 liter Boxer engine, 2.4 naturally aspirated, 228 horsepower. They changed the torque curve, much more responsive. They're a blast to drive. First thing I see when I look at the intake, I see a face hugger from Alien. I don't know about you guys, but let me know if you see a face hugger. That's what I see. Easy access to the airbox, and pretty much everything else in yellow is what the average consumer is going to touch over the course of their ownership. Coolant, dipstick, oil filters are up top, oil fill, washer fluid, brake fluid. You've got the two strut bars. You've got easier access to the battery. It's not tucked in too far under there. It is easy enough to remove. And we do end up with the prop rod. You don't get hood struts on these, just on the WRXs at the moment. And then to close this, I just like to drop it. I don't like to put my hands on the hood and push down. It feels like I'm going to break it. But I'll give you guys that quick walk around of the BRZ, that final look at it, which is going to be a little bit modified because some of the places I'm going to have to get a little closer to the car than I normally would, just because of how our dealership showroom is light out. And look at those headlights. They're ridiculously bright. I love that front end on it. So Porsche-esque in my opinion. Very, very comfortable to drive. And actually something that I didn't point out, we've got these kind of kickouts. They pop out here and they pop out on the driver's side. You can kind of see where it pops up there. That's an indent because they want you to be able to wear a helmet inside. So if you take it to time attack or autocross or a track where they require you to wear a helmet, you're able to fit in it better without actually smashing your head off the roof, having to sit with your head sideways or have the seat reclined further than you may want. I think I would personally have a tough time wearing a helmet in this car. So thanks for watching my quick walkthrough of the 2024 BRZ TS. First one we've got in the showroom. They're fantastic. The previous gen and the current gen are fantastic to drive. If you have the chance to try one out, I do recommend it. They're a blast to drive. Again, I'm Tyson, the Subaru specialist from Subaru Prince George. If you guys have any questions about this car behind me, any of the cars or tech in our lineup, please put it in the comments below. I'm always looking to answer you guys' questions. Love to hear from you. Thanks for watching. We'll talk soon.